It's not been the best year this year, has it? I haven't won a title. The self-isolation is killing me, and I can't even win games or anything to kind of cheer me up. I need to find a team that encapsulates me, having high expectations of myself. Who goes 2-3-5? A little bit of flair, but can sometimes be a little bit of a bottle job. Leeds United, one of the biggest clubs in English football history, under manager Don Revie winning the English League title twice in between the 1960s and 1970s. The FA Cup, the League Cup and other European trophies fared, apart from the European Cup in which they were finalists in 1975. Leeds then went later on to win another title under Howard Wilkinson in 91-92, just before the dawn of the Premier League era. George Graham and David O'Leary followed with some promising spells in charge before it all went wrong. Since the departure of O'Leary, Leeds have found themselves out of England's Premier Division for almost 20 years, including a stint in the third tier in League One and going into administration in 2007. Now back in the Championship under the tutelage of Marcelo Bielsa, they have come so close on many occasions, often with playoff heartbreak, and even last year leading the league all the way until the final months of the season, only to throw it away and lose to Derby in a playoff semi-final. It is a true fall from grace, but all that is about to change. It's a match made in heaven. Hello everybody, welcome to Leeds United. Yes, the brand new save on the channel. It's going to be kind of the second series to the channel, along with a 30-year career, which will still be the mainstay. Feel of this one, I'll still try and do sketches and keep it all light-hearted and this, that and the other, because that's just the way that I roll. But at the end of the day, like, this is going to be a much more kind of like relaxed series, if anything. This is going to hopefully be my therapeutic one, where I prove that I can actually play this game. That's the plan. For those of you who don't know much about Leeds, where have you been? They are a massive, massive team. Founded in 1919, nickname United. I used to think it was the Lily Whites. Either way, professional team, as we all know. Reputation of 3 stars. It should probably be a little bit more than that. Currently in the Sky Bet Championship, and we are predicted to go up this year, which I'm hoping that we will do. Fierce rivals include Manchester United, Galatasaray and Chelsea, all historic ones. Millwall, Liverpool, Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, Bradford, Huddersfield, Cardiff and Derby. Basically, not many people like us. The real derby is the Roses derby against Manchester United, which obviously goes back to Yorkshire versus Lancashire and the War of the Roses. Hashtag historical knowledge. I knew the Year 8 curriculum would come in handy at one point. As I've said, we are predicted to go up this year, and we have definitely got the squad able to do it. We play at Ellen Road, which is a 37,000 seater stadium, nearly 38,000 to be fair. And yeah, very, very good condition. We've got superb training facilities and excellent youth facilities. The academy in Leeds is absolutely brilliant and will be something that I'm going to be using throughout the save. We have a quick look at the club vision. As you can tell here, there's a lot of stuff to do. Entertaining football, youth system, play attacking football, sign young players to develop for profit. So they're not going to be too bothered if I sell on young players for more money, which is something I've already done. Expand the stadium, that will come in time. Increase commercial revenue. Main ones are work within the wage budget, win promotion and reach the 4th round of the FA Cup. By 5 years in, they want to record a top half Premier League finish, which is something I would also really, really like to do. Whether we do that or not is another matter entirely, because we've seen how I am at this game. We, of course, have a very good squad to work with, which I will walk you through in a minute. But before anything, I have made a few signings and a couple of changes. Not a lot, though, because there's already been a lot of signings in this window. I have just done the bottom 2. First one, the one for some money, is Ricardo Kishner. Bought him in from Lazio for a very modest £1.6 million. He is very, very useful, can play on pretty much either wing. Will predominantly play out on the left-hand side, as I'm going to have Pablo Hernandez sitting in a number 10 role. You can tell they're technically very good, mentally quite good as well. Determination of 16 and flair of 18 is very exciting. Physically could probably do with a little bit more work, but he's pretty well rounded for a championship level. He may not be a guy that I keep on long term, but I have to say that I bought him for 1.7 million. He's already valued at 4.8, so if I sell him off, I'm always going to make a profit in my mind anyway. And the only other signing I made is actually one on loan, and that is Andre Gray from Watford. A pretty unspectacular signing, apart from the fact that he scores goals at championship level, as we all know. At Burnley, he was very, very prolific at this level. I'm hoping that he can do that again. You can tell they're very, very physical, good mentals as well, and technically good enough at this. Anyone that's watched Leeds in real life will know that they dominate the ball a lot, play a lot of brilliant football, but cannot finish and don't score enough goals. That is mainly Leeds' problem, so I'm hoping Andre Gray will fix that. We can have a quick look at the assistant report. There's a few issues here. They said they could do more depth in central midfield. Heading is an area of concern, so is marking, tackling, communications not brilliant. We're not the strongest team in the world. I am looking at buying one more player that will actually fix that for me. I could have got Yaya Toure in on a free, and I was tempted to do it, and there is still time, but I think the other player that I have in mind might do the trick, because at least he's still physically capable of running. So we had a quick run through of the squad, and I'll keep it brief, because I'm pretty sure, obviously, if we're watching, most of us are familiar with the Leeds United lineup. Kiko Casillas is very good. Defensively, I think, is where we are strongest. We've got Douglas, Cooper, White, and Dallas. I mean, if you look at Liam Cooper, mentally brilliant. He's our captain as well. Physically very good. Technically very good. Ben White next to him could be even better, to be fair. Even more well-rounded. Definitely a Premier League, a future Premier League defender. Of that I have no doubt. Normally Luke Ayling would be here on the right, but Stuart Dallas is going to have to fill in today. I am also looking at maybe getting another right back in, although we do have Gaetano Berardi, who I think is the oldest player on the squad apart from Kiko Casilla and Pablo Hernandez, going down a little bit, but could still be pretty decent at this level. Midfield was stacked. Calvin Phillips, is the man we need to keep an eye out for. 4 stars, and he can only get better. He looks phenomenal. Hopefully, he will only grow under my tutelage. Attacking midfield is where we are pretty stacked. We've got a number of good players. Kishner, obviously, is one of the signings I brought in. Pablo Hernandez is our main go-to man. Physically kind of deteriorating now, but everywhere else he's absolutely brilliant. I've got him playing the advanced playmaker role in the number 10, so he doesn't really have to run around too much. All he needs to do is sit there and knit the play together and kind of float around that in that little hole. Helder Costa is on the right, obviously a player we're all very familiar with. If you've watched any Premier League football, played for Wolves last year, he will be joining us permanently. He is only on loan at the moment, but can only get better, so I'm happy to have him on board. Up front, with the addition of Andre Gray, I think we should be well stacked now, because we've got Kevin Augustin, who's also on loan from Leipzig. Looks very good, should get a lot of goals at this level. Whether he will or not, I don't know, because it's FM20. Gray, like I said, is in, and obviously we've also got Patrick Bamford, who is a player that I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with. Doesn't get enough goals for me in real life. Very good at knitting everything together, but not the best prolific striker. Hoping he'll get a little bit better. Still, here looks very, very solid. Just not sure if he's the man I want leading my line. And today, we're going to be playing Bristol City in the Championship. We are the second to last fixture of the weekend. And Bristol City are a team that are expected to do very well. Ryan Brewster is already off and running, and he is one player I was looking at potentially getting in if I could, but I forgot, obviously, he's on loan at Swansea. So, can we get off to a win? As you can tell, I've got a number of injuries here and suspensions. Christian's not 100% fit. Jack Harrison's injured, and I've also got Berardi suspended. Luke Ayling is also carrying a really, really heavy knock he's had for ages. One player I forgot to mention, obviously, is that we also have we have Klitsch and Jamie Shackleton. Both of those players very decent in the midfield as well. Klitsch in particular, I do quite like. 29 years old, so a bit more of a veteran, but Jamie Shackleton should get absolutely brilliant towards the end of this series. Hopefully, he'll still be here. Right, so my first lineup as Leeds manager then, considering all the injuries that we've had. Casillas in goal, Douglas, Cooper, White and Dallas make up the back 4 today. Forshaw and Phillips are in the middle. Then you've got Krishna, Pablo Hernandez, Costa as the midfield 3. Ivan, John, Kevin, Augustin, who's leading the line today. You can tell I'm playing a custom G-Gym press system. We're very, very attacking. We have a lot of attacking talent. We should be expected to dominate the possession in most games. I want us to score lots of goals because it is something I've really struggled with so far this year in FM20, and I want to resolve that. The best way of doing that is to go a very, very attacking formation. If we don't score goals with this, I have no answers. Look at that team. They've got a lot of decent players here. I think, Casey Palmer's a very good player. Naki Wells and Vyman, 2 kind of very well experienced strikers, so we have to watch out for them. But the best player they've got here by a mile is Filip Benkovic, another player I was looking at to come in as another centre-back. Looks brilliant at this level, obviously on loan from Leicester. He's a superb player, and if I could get him next year, I probably would. But let's just get through this year first. Right, team talk. I'm going to say calmly, come on lads, show me what you can do. Okay, they don't really want to do that. At least the old faith chat will bring some of them around. There you go, that's what we want to see. Right, away we go. Our first game in charge of Leeds. Hopefully it'll be a good one. I know we're going to be very, very open at the back, but I have to say that the idea for me is that we should dominate the majority of games. Because we've got a better team than pretty much nearly anyone else in the division. Technically and mentally, we should be a lot better than everyone. You can't do this already to me. Barry Douglas has already picked up an injury. I mean, you've got to be joking. Corner, Hernandez whips it in and Pereira heads it away. Decent header back in there by Cooper. Oh, Krishna hit it and it's just gone everywhere. Augustin, Cooper, bang! Liam Cooper gets us off and underway. Our captain scores the first goal of my reign as manager from centre-back, from a corner. John Kevin Augustin with the assist. This is easy, mate. Absolutely flying through. Lovely bit of play. It bounces around a little bit. Kishna unlucky that he doesn't get that through there. And Liam Cooper with a left-footed drive. Keeper should probably get to it. But at the end of the day, we don't care. We're 1-0 up. Oh, here we go. Casey Palmer over the free kick. Whips it in. We head it away. Now, come on, White. Beat Milosevic to it, mate. This is good pressure from the boys. Oh, God, that's a decent ball. Naki Wells is in. He's at the post. And Douglas clears it. Ooh, we kind of pressed up a lot there. We are playing, obviously, a very high line with the Georgian press system. The idea is that we win the ball high up the pitch and then counter from there, very similar to the way that Dortmund and Liverpool, etc., etc., do it. Basically, I'm trying to be Mikero Klopp, but actually, I'm like Micro Bielsa. Ooh, I like that. Micro Bielsa. This would be a really good start. To win away at Ashton Gate in your first game of the season would be one hell of a statement from us, I have to say, because this is one of the hardest games you will have at any point in the season, let alone as your first game. This is good. The camera work there was superb, and I think Garcia has made a brilliant save there. I don't know whether to sit back a little bit now. We're not really geared up to sit back. That's my problem, as Dallas heads it away. And Weiman's on the ball back to Rowe. Oh no, Andy Weiman, he hits it wide. I'm beginning to think maybe I need to change it. But I know that whenever I change stuff, it all goes wrong. So part of me just wants to leave it, but I don't know what to do. If we get a second, I'd feel a lot better. A second, then I'd say, no, we'll camp and counter. Forget the rest of it. As Bristol City come forward again, Casey Palmer, don't let him shoot. Great save again by Kiko Casilla. We need to change it a little bit, I think, in terms of tactics. Because at the moment, I'm getting a little bit battered when they come forward. Well, we're 1-0 up at the break. God knows how. We've literally just taken the one chance that came our way. So I'm just going to say, I'm pleased how things are going. Keep it up. But it is time to make a little bit of a change, I think. I'm not going to take Pablo Hernandez off yet. But I am going to change the mentality slightly. We're going to go wing-back defend for Barry Douglas. And same for Dallas as well. Let's just get them a little bit more reserved. And I might actually ask Krishna if he can... I'll get him on winger and leave him on attack. But I'm going to ask Harold Acosta if he can do a bit of support work as well and just stay back a little bit. Because at the moment, we're literally just getting completely overrun. We'll go off attacking and go positive. That's fine. A lot of players disappoint me. Calvin Phillips already off to a 6.4 is not really what I expected. And we've already had a good shot in the second half, as I can tell from the highlight there. So that makes me feel a bit better. Hopefully now, a little bit more pragmatic. Let's just make sure we get away with a win here. We're more than defensively good enough to sit back and just absorb pressure and then hit people on the counter. We've got the ability to do that. Let's make sure that we don't do anything stupid. If we can get a second, that'd be brilliant. Foreshot, Hernandez, Kishner on the ball. Penalty! Yeah, Kishner's been fouled and that's a penalty. Good play from him there. Pablo Hernandez over this penalty. If there's one man I know I can rely on to score, I'd like to think it's him. Hernandez steps up for 2-0. Okay, mate, off you come now. They moved it around a bit. Alan Forshaw now is dropping back. He's going to go into a defensive midfielder, and I'm going to let Calvin Phillips move a bit further forward. And we're going to bring Klitsch on, take Pablo Hernandez off because he's been absolutely terrible. Douglas whips the ball in. Oof! Nearly a brilliant hit there from Ben White, which would have been phenomenal. Our centre-backs providing the best attacking talent in the game so far. It's not great, is it, when that's happening? Dallas on the ball here. He's been very good as a stand-in right back today, and he just continues running it. This is a superb run by Dallas. Great ball in. Costa, go on, mate. Use your pace. He darts inside. Back to Forshaw. Calvin Phillips into Kishner. He's had a very good debut today, actually, I have to say. I've been quite impressed with him. Forshaw, Klitsch, playing the ball around nicely here. Nearly gave it away. Forshaw, a bit of pressure, but now we've managed to reverse the ball round. Great ball by Augustin. Costa, can he finish? Bang, 2-0. We're off to a winning start, you'd like to think anyway. Great play there from the boys. That is scintillating football from Leeds. I thought for a minute we were going to lose it, but we managed to work it around here. I thought Forshaw lost it. That little reverse pass there is brilliant. Klitsch, Augustin, can he find the pass? You bet he can. I thought he'd mucked up the chance there, but no. He buries it. 2-0. Get in. Great performance. I can take Barry Douglas off now. I'm going to bring on one of our youngsters here called Leif Davis. Or Leif Davis. I have no idea how you pronounce it. Letting him come on today. See how he gets on. Mainly because Barry Douglas is injured. He will always be our left back. But it's always nice to give the youngsters a go. It's part of being Leeds. It's part of the culture. Is giving youngsters a go. And I really want to immerse myself into that. Jean-Kevin Augustin, by the way. 2 assists today. Been very, very impressive. Time's ticking away, and bang, a 2-0 win for Leeds. We're off to a wonderful start. Perhaps say, well done, boys, that was a good win for us. Very good indeed. It already sets us third on the table. That doesn't mean anything at this stage. But what does matter is that we picked up our first 3 points of the season. Get in. Barry Douglas is only out for 1 to 3 days, which is not too bad. Costa scores his league's debut. Cooper got man of the match, rightly so. That was lovely to see. Carlo Ancelotti spotted Ashton Gate. And he's been looking at Pablo Hernandez. Well, after that performance, mate, you can flip and have him. He was terrible. So where do we come back then? I think we'll play through August so we can get a bit of a head of steam up in the save, because there'll be bigger games coming later on, obviously, where we all kind of know where everyone stands. But one game that's already standing out is the game against Derby County in September. So let's come back for Barnsley and Derby, because obviously that is a derby. Oh, do you see what I did there? Oh, that's funny. Oh. Thank you so much for watching this first episode of the Leeds Save. I hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of my signings in the comment section. Where do you think that I'm going to finish up? Do you like my tactics? Let me know all these things. And while you're there, why not drop a like on the video, share and subscribe. This series will be coming out fairly regularly. It is the second series, but if I can make it as big as the TYC, then absolutely amazing. Until I see you for the next episode, stay cool.